Nestled in a hidden valley in the mountains of Malaysia lies one of the most unexpectedly grand Buddhist temples I've ever seen. The Enlightened Buddhist temple began as a quiet retreat in 1976, started by a local practitioner named Yong Si Fu, and over the decades has grown into a 12-acre complex with pagodas, prayer halls, statues, and gardens. Inside, you'll find prayer wheels. Make sure you spin them clockwise using your right hand. This direction is believed to be aligned with the natural flow of the universe and symbolizes the spread of Dharma and wisdom. The centerpiece is the 13-story pagoda, towering at 72 meters, making it one of the tallest pagodas in the world. Standing at the base and looking up, you're met with a mesmerizing kaleidoscope of geometry and color. The pillars stretch upward like stilts holding up the heavens. Each level stacks like a multicolored mandala. The hexagonal platforms are painted in deep blues, reds, and golds, and they're bordered in contrasting bright greens and yellows. From the 8th floor upward, an 11-meter gold-covered Buddha statue sits peacefully over the Kinta Valley, with views all the way to Ipoh City. Around the pagoda, there are more than 200 statues and sculptures of deities, carved Buddhas, mythical creatures, and traditional Tibetan prayer wheels and flags. The walls are adorned with vivid carvings, paintings, and Buddhist verses that offer spiritual wisdom in art form. Despite its grandeur, the temple remains surprisingly quiet most days, and really only gets busy during religious holidays like Wesak Day in May and Deepavali in October. When I called the driver to pick me up and take me back to the city, it turns out the person who built the temple was none other than his next-door neighbor and lifelong friend.
The temple in charge, the fella.
Yeah?
My neighbor.
He built it?
Yeah.
No way.
My neighbor. He's staying next to my house.
Why did he build it?
This is last time he's very interested to do this thing all. They're very good prayers, you know. There inside got prayers, what? I want prayers. Huh?
Did he build any other ones?
No. You can see from here, you can take photo, very nice.
Oh yeah. That's pretty.
Continue for 800 meters, then turn right onto Tambun.
I can't believe your neighbor built it.
Yeah.
How long did it take to build?
This one?
Yeah.
Many years. Almost 4 years plus.
Wow. Tell him that I think it's very nice.
Okay?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. I hope that he could put in an elevator.
Yeah. Now inside. You're inside now.
A lot of steps, huh?
You're from which country?
The US?
US.
Yeah. Unfortunately. It blew my mind that he so casually mentioned his neighbor built this place. And it reminded me that even the most otherworldly spaces, like the kind that feel like they were dropped here by the divine, they still begin with very human hands, human decisions, and human decades of effort. spiritual moments don't just appear out of thin air. They're shaped one moment at a time by people you might pass on the street. And maybe that's the most spiritual part of it all. That same quiet force that guided his neighbor to build the sanctuary also guided him to pick me up that very day. What's that saying again? Oh, right. Spirit moves through people.